Fans of Tana Mongeau and Brooke Schofield are upset after their recent podcast episode where fans felt really bad for Brooke. And with the way their friend Lila posted a TikTok the other day at their group's Friendsgiving, fans were even more worried for Brooke and Tana's friendship since Brooke was seemingly absent from the group event. And all of the comments are asking where Brooke is. Even fans on the canceled podcast Reddit thread have been leaving messages directed at Brooke to let her know that they love her because they feel really bad about what recently went down. So in their episode titled Unpacking Trauma, Death, and Childhoods, Brooke and Tana sat down with Ari and Ty, and at the very end, the last 3 minutes of the episode, Brooke brings up the fact that her birthday is coming up. It's November 26th. 3 days after Thanksgiving this year. This is when the drama starts. And you can tell that this has been a hot topic for their entire friend group, but basically, Brooke expressed how she feels sad because everyone always cancels on her birthday because it's so close to Thanksgiving. And it was made known that this year, she just uninvited everyone because she doesn't want to be disappointed by last-minute cancellations on her birthday. And Tana and Ari tried to explain their side of things.
So, but Brooke's birthday always starts a little, corruption. And we all just wanted to be here for Brooke this year. And she, for sure, cold shouldered us and told us that we plain flat out, we're not invited this year.
Or she's being smarter mentally and going somewhere to where she doesn't
I can't be disappointed by my friends.
Well,
okay,
thank
the
God.
way she acts is crazy. Everyone misses my birthday every year.
Well, you do have one of the harder birthdays in the year.
It is. So I plan it around everybody always.
Thanksgiving hits midnight and then it's Brooke's birthday.
And
no, it changes every year. And every year I plan it accordingly. I ask everybody in advance, what's the deal? When's everyone going to be back? I plan it based on that. And then no matter what, without fail, every year, everyone changes their plan.
They tried to say that it's just way too much with Thanksgiving, and Brooke tried to explain why it's upsetting her. And you can just see it's a very touchy subject for everyone. Like Tana and Ari are on defense mode, and Brooke is just trying to get her point across on why she feels sad. I mean, it was sad. Everyone in the comments just felt really bad that they didn't want to make it work for her when it's clearly important to her, and everyone else just seems to want to justify not going to her birthday with some sort of reasoning.
Thanksgiving is such an important day for family. Thank God we celebrate you 363 days a year.
Yeah, and thank God everyone lives 40 minutes away.
Yeah, but leaving the psycho families is so hard. You have to recognize the birthday around Thanksgiving.
That.
Is
We're in
so
New York
hard.
this year.
Of course I recognize that, but if I say hey, I'm doing my birthday this day, does that work for everybody? Everyone says yes and then changes it a day before, decides they're not home. That's where the episodes
I think
come
I've
from every
decided
year.
for your birthday, I just have to spend so much of my money to make her happy, buy her something
That
insane.
is not
doesn't
true.
make
I've
her
never.
happy.
That's exactly wrong.
No, but I can't be there is my point.
Oh.
They go on to say that they love her, but she is just over it. And the podcast literally just comes to an end super abruptly as they're talking about all of this.
I love you so much. It's just always around Thanksgiving.
Let's just be real. You already disinvited her.
No, none of you are invited.
It's so close to Thanksgiving that
no one's invited. I'm doing my birthday separate from everyone this year because I'm what am I going to do? Plan a birthday party and have everyone decide not to come?
I'll still pick a separate date to celebrate you and
We always pick a separate day. Always.
we love you.
We love you.
We would die for you.
We die for you.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Canceled Podcast.
Yikes, right? It's certainly a little awkward, and everyone in the comments was, just like I said, feeling so bad for Brooke, as people could tell she seemed really disappointed by what everyone had to say about her birthday. And of course, Thanksgiving is a really big holiday. It's a big family one. But the part that a lot of people were pointing out about this whole thing was that Tana had just said on a previous podcast that she basically bent over backwards for Amari's birthday. And she was jumping through all of these hoops to make it happen, even though his birthday is during Halloween and it's one of the busiest times for her. And people just felt really bad that she wasn't willing to jump through those hoops to make it to Brooke's birthday.
I think what really just threw me through a loop was Amari's birthday is always it's October 22nd.
Oh yeah, I skipped that too.
And it's always, you were out of your skip. Well, you did. To be fair, you did start
inside.
You started Armageddon right before his birthday, so I don't think you were let me go on a trip
but I
with
already
all these
wasn't
people.
going before I did that. I think that's why I felt so comfortable doing it right then.
You were I can cuss everyone out. I'm not going. We went to Vegas for Amari's birthday in the middle of Halloween. Like normally for his birthday, he like wants a party or like is down to do a trip like earlier that month, or like I've surprised him with like a Rolex or like just different. And this year he's like, all I really want to do is go to Vegas near my birthday.
Just a little something.
And like our mom was graduating college as well.
Oh, yeah, congrats, Stabs.
And she was like, if you guys miss this, dead. You know what I mean?
See, you wouldn't sleep through that because it's important to her.
Yeah, but I would have gotten like beat. Well, I guess it's the same thing with you, really.
Mm-hmm. I am Debbie.
I was like, we have to go there for her graduation anyway. So if you want to go to Vegas so bad, let's do a Vegas trip.
Let's do it.
And let's do it all. But throwing that in the middle of Halloween, like a Vegas trip,
was pretty crazy.
I've never had a Vegas trip like this one.
And prior to them really talking about Amari's birthday, they had a little back and forth about their different views on attending things for friends and how they both feel about that kind of stuff. And they clearly just have very different views. But Brooke was saying that birthdays are really important for her and something that she doesn't think that people can miss. And Tana felt like, you know, that was something that some people can miss if there's like a good excuse and stuff like that. And Brooke was just expressing how she doesn't like missing things, and she had recently just missed Tana's Halloween party. And so she was kind of upset that that gives Tana an excuse to miss maybe her birthday. I feel like that's what she was alluding to. But Tana overall didn't think that missing stuff is a big deal.
I love the idea of being there for your friends when you can. And then being, I've always said this, but like being understandable, like being understanding when you can't. You know what I mean?
I know, but you see, this is where we're gonna disagree. It's because now you have a get out of jail free pass.
Well, I think there should be no jail.
Yeah, but you can't miss like birthdays or weddings.
I think you can. I think it's like, hey, like
I know, and I think you can't.
I know, and it's bad because I think it's like, oh my God, send some flowers. I couldn't make it, like, because I understand, like, literally, you could miss my wedding, and if you were like, listen, I'm
but
sick.
That's what we always disagree on, is because since I don't feel that way, or like since you feel that way, I understand why you don't think it's a big deal. But like, if it is a big deal, like for me, when somebody like misses something that I know they know is important to me, it makes me sad.
So it's a whole mess of a situation, but fans do have Brooke's back. The recent podcast comments have been honestly so weird and gross how dismissive they were about Brooke's birthday. Good for her for uninviting them. Am I the only one whose heart broke for Brooke? Yes, holidays are tough, but it's heartbreaking having your friends decide last minute not to attend your birthday and celebrate with you. Them dismissing Brooke for her birthday absolutely crushed me. I want to give her a hug. The ending of the episode def left a bad taste in my mouth. Brooke deserves to be celebrated and not feel like it's a chore for her friends to show up for her. She literally told us all the last pod how important birthdays are to her. Boo to the excuses. Honestly, if her birthday isn't held the day of Thanksgiving, her friends can drive 40 minutes to attend and then go back to their families for the rest of the weekend or break time. I feel bad for Brooke. Brooke did go on TikTok live the other day and was asked about the whole situation, and this is what she had to say. It was pretty brief.
I think that the common opinion is what any normal person would think.
She also addressed a different drama that came from the same podcast episode that had to do with their friend Lila. In the beginning of the episode, they were talking about Lila and how they recently filmed a podcast episode as a group, but it didn't go well. They said that Lila doesn't know how to podcast, she doesn't know podcast etiquette, and was talking over people, having side conversations while filming, and at one point, Brooke pointed out that maybe they were going too far and were bullying.
Lila, as hilarious as you are and gorgeous as can be, you failed me this week, and I'm extremely disappointed. Stassi Bell, you're just her sidekick. Who's moving on to next week's episode?
Oh, we're bullying.
Neither of you.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Please post this.
Here's what I'm gonna say. This is all getting left in. No, this is all getting left in, but we love you guys. Like, I would die for that. Sorry, Lila's gonna hate me for this episode, but it's too funny. It doesn't matter, whatever. Do you know what she did the other night?
I'm scared.
I just have a couple stories about her blatant disrespect.
Be careful. Reddit's having a field day with Lila right now.
I would die for her. I'm serious. If anyone, that's my friend, so I can say these things.
Now, clearly Lila wasn't too upset because she was present at the Friendsgiving that they all had, but in Brooke's live the other day, she was asked if Lila was mad about the podcast episode, and she said yes, and maybe threw a little shade towards the end there when talking about the fact that Lila would never miss her birthday.
Was Lila mad about your podcast yesterday? Honestly, yes. I think we might have been a little too harsh on Lila on the pod, and I apologize to her because I don't think that was very good friend vibes. And I love Lila. Lila's amazing. She's one of my favorite friends I have. And you know who's never missed my birthday? Lila Gibney. Never even once. Wouldn't think about it.
So that's what's been going on with Brooke and Tana. I mean, with these two, they are always getting into some things and then making up. So I feel like this will just be another one of those times. Plus, it wasn't too long ago where their fans were mad at everyone in the friend group for not taking Tana seriously about her stalker. So there's just always something going on. But that's what the drama is this time. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.